Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading for the week ahead. This is just to offer you some guidance and clarity into what the week may have in store for you. There are 4 piles to choose from, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Timestamps are in the description box below, so pause the video, take a moment, see which one you're the most drawn to, and that's where you'll find the messages that are for you. Please remember that this is a collective reading, so this is for multiple people, so not every single part may completely resonate with you. So take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to reach out for a one-to-one reading with me where we can go way more in depth and is obviously completely personalized to you, then my details are down there also, and I would absolutely love to hear from you. I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you picked this deck, then this is the reading for you. I'm just going to start out with a few oracle cards just to get a lay of the land as such, and then we'll move on to the tarot. So we have returning, spiral journey, growth, renewal and healed. And okay, we will go with them. I'm going to note that that did come out in the reverse. Wouldn't normally pull them in reverse, but it feels as if I should, so I will. So with this returning, spiral journey, growth, renewal and healing, but that backwardsness of it, the restriction that is there feels like this is a week in regards to here, the new moon, a new start, something new really starting for you. And it's interesting that we've got a new moon, we actually have a full moon next week, so very much that like a beginning with that ending. But there's something in regards to where you have been fixed here, like, and it very much feels like where you have been holding your vision previously, where you have fixated on, but that's part of this release aspect, so you can continue spiraling in regards to like not spiraling, but like you can continue your spiral journey of growth, renewal and healing, so that you can enter into this doorway here. So a big focus this week will be this aspect of where you're holding your vision. Anything that feels like it is restricting, it is actually stopping your path forwards, it is like it's no longer serving you, release that with the full moon. And this is how you really, really amplify a new start for yourself. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Ooh. So we have the Magician and the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Justice, Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So with these two over here, because it does feel like I'm going to read these separately, the Magician and the Ace of Wands very much feels like this new start, because the Magician is this manifestation, it's that power and having all of the tools there to be able to utilize in regards to what it is that you want to create. And then you've got this like massive new beginning of creation here with the Ace of Wands, because the wands are that creation, that power, and it's also that potential because it's an ace. So very much coming into the power you're supposed to be. This new start feels very aligned with your path. It's whatever is here in the background or has been keeping you held back that is restricting your actual soul's purpose, the point of you being here. And in regards to this shifting of shifting of where you're putting your focus so that this can kind of turn up and you can go on the right journey, we have to bring things into balance with the Justice. It is a card that is all about that fairness and truth, but also like the elements of like cause and effect. So if you keep focusing on what is holding you back, then obviously you're going to hold yourself back. If you focus on what it is that you actually want to create and aspire to be and want to manifest, then that is like the cause and effect. You will you'll bring yourself closer to that. But it is about this like regaining a sense of internal equilibrium, internal balance, where you can kind of put this down a bit. And the reason I'm saying put it down is because we have the Four of Pentacles here, And this is someone that the card generally is someone that is very controlling. They're very possessive. They are. It's usually like a king holding. I think he's a king. He may not be a king. A person holding 4 pentacles like really tightly, 2 under his feet, holding one, and he's just like he's got hold of them because he needs that control and that possessiveness. This card being beautiful, it's like letting that go. So letting go of what you cannot control, letting go of what no longer serves you, and truly releasing it out. There's a bit of lovely balance in this image, as there is in the, portrayed within the Justice. And then we have the Page of Swords here in the reverse, though. And in the reverse, it talks about like your communications not landing. So there's a block in your word and how it's working for you. This figure here, this sword coming down, very much feels like this need to like ground and root what it is that you are thinking, what you are speaking into reality. And it's just like almost like this vision aspect of like moving it and shifting it where it's focused wrong, like give it back to the earth, return it, let it go, so that you can like rise up here, the Magician, rise up in your power. Because if you continue to use your brain power, use your communication to try, there's this backwardness, and then this figure here and this figure here, like they're out of whack. So ground, really, really release and ground to the earth. So whatever this is, whatever you're holding the vision of, that you may be struggling to let go of, or if you know what it is, then like I would give it to the earth. I would either just write it and bury it, or write it and burn it and then bury the ashes. Would be a really nice little ritual to assist with this, to like give it over, and do that on the full moon. The full moon is on Wednesday the 5th. So definitely utilize that. Let's get you some more cards for the week ahead. Any further advice, guidance, clarity? We have the Empress tree, catalyst for change, clarity, freedom, unbinding. And look at this, it's like this rising up from the roots. So it's really giving yourself over and letting something die so you can be reborn. This will give you that clarity, freedom, unbinding, so that you can really utilize this and that new beginning. Like the colouring around this matching this, so that new start, that new beginning is really on offer to you this week. But it really is in the death of that, finding that balance, releasing, and I would really return it over to the earth. I will leave it there for you, pile one. Please comment. I always love hearing from you. It makes me smile. And then like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff as well. If you'd like a one-to-one reading that goes way more in depth, then please reach out. My details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 2. If you picked this card deck, then this is your reading for the week ahead. We're just going to start off with a few oracle cards, and then we will dive into the tarot. This one. Okay, so we have ancestral messages, connection, belonging, and ask for help. Gibbous moon and the new moon in Pisces. Really interesting with the ancestral messages coming through so close after Samhain, because obviously that is the thinning of the veil and a turning of the wheel, where we really do call in our ancestors and honor our ancestors, and communication is all the easier with them. And we are only fresh out of that because we are only like on the 2nd of November, so that energy will still be really, really like heightened. And we've got this connection, belonging, and ask for help, along with this meditate and contemplate of the Pisces. And so there very much feels like this through line of the messages, the wisdom, whatever that soul weaving is from your ancestors to you, landing in a way that can really propel you forwards. And even in regards to, I feel the need right now to be talking much slower than I would normally talk. So there just feels like a softness with this and an ease, and that like really like would recommend leaning into that quiet time, that retreat space where you can just let the messages come to you, let the messages land, and go from there. And I think also call in some support with this one here. You're very close to achieving your goal. But it's like this little bit of the moon that just still hasn't got that little bit of light here. And there is this, like, we're ramping up to a full moon. The full moon is on Wednesday the 5th. And so obviously this is ramping up. And it just feels like there's like some, like a little bit of boost, a little bit of an oomph you may need this week to get past that full moon. Maybe something in this release aspect is harder for you. And it may just be, just feel tired, you know, like whatever it may be. It's also that aspect of calling on your ancestors for help, for that strength, for that light to be given to you, that ask for help aspect. So there's so much in regards to this support from the other side to really keep propelling you into whatever it is that this, so this aspect can reach completion, so that you can start. And whether this is like a whole new book or just a new chapter, however it fits within your story, but it feels very much like an up leveling. So really spend time retreating into this, spend time in quiet, meditate and contemplate, as that new moon in Pisces says. Call your ancestors in, be with them, be with their wisdom, and just see what lands for you. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay. So, interesting. Everything apart from that Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse, and that feels very much like I need to comment on that. So let's focus over here on the King of Pentacles to begin. On his throne, in his power, he is secure, he is abundant, he is grounded and rooted and stable, and just holds this like very worldly power, like very human power. The Pentacles is the earth element, and I always relate that to our very much our humanness, because it's our physical body, but it's also how we land and how we are secure and rooted within this human experience. And the king is like, if you're going in order of tarot from like ace to what's at the other end of it is the king. So it does very much feel like an end of chapter in ways, because of that. And it just feels as if I just, from a little bit of the distance I am to that, I was just gonna say, it looks like he's holding a crystal ball, and he's not, it's actually holding a pentacle, but it just feels like he's just holding this power to manifest and create the fairy tale that he so desires, because of this groundedness, because of this rootedness. And I feel like that's just part of this for you, and needing that extra like bit of wisdom, as in regards to either why you're here, why you came, or just that bit of support to just keep on going, keep on pushing through. Like, this is soul purpose stuff with the ancestors coming in. It's that weaving, like they're your ancestors for a reason, your soul incarnated for a reason. And so their messages are really vital to helping you. And a lot of the time we are completing things that they potentially could not complete. We come to do it. That's why, you know, that's part of our purpose. So really tune in and listen to them. And then and I think what will help you is keeping really grounded and rooted, and especially helpful when you're sitting in this space of going into like the upper chakras to keep ourselves really grounded, because it's about bringing this wisdom down to assist you with whatever has been blocking you, because there's a lot of blocks across here. We are blocking with the Four of Wands. We are blocking our like harmony. It's a gateway into this harmony and celebration and what it is that we potentially desire. And there's a block in getting through to that fairy tale castle. This is normally in normal tarot depicted as a fairy tale castle through a gateway. We are also taking on too much responsibility and struggling with a load, struggling with the burden of it all, along with like not allowing time to meditate and like contemplate and reevaluate, and just not allowing that space. So there's like struggling with the burden of things, not allowing that self-care time, blocking our own harmony here. We then have this, we've got this down and out Knight of Cups in the reverse, who is either moody or just has given up on love or doesn't believe in love anymore, because in the upright it's like that the romantic card of the deck, and there's just like, and even if it's not romance, it's just that like love aspect of like the heart just feels heavy. You like that moodiness can come through in just unrealistic expectations or being jealous of others, and it just like that hit of the heart. And then this unhappiness here, the sun, feeling down, feeling that our inner child is not being served. So there's a lot here, and it's leaning into this King of Pentacles energy, the wisdom from the ancestors coming down and then grounding and rooting it and trusting in your ability to manifest all that it is that you so desire. But it's with this bit of completion, and there's only a little sliver. So although there's quite a line here and it may feel potentially heavy, it's like you're so close to it, as it says on this card. So like really lean into this process, because on that flip side what you have is a gateway through to harmony and celebration, and that fairy tale castle in the background, whatever that looks like, marriage, home, community. You have the burden being released, and like all of that stress and hard work being worth it. The weight of that burden like eases. You have the ability to be able to like really like reevaluate the situation and see clearer, and then realize that you actually have a whole new cup being offered to you, this new beginning. You will believe in love again. The imagination will come back through, that that open heart space, that believer. And then you also have that like positivity and vitality and success of the sun in the upright. And that's what it really feels like with this. It's just that last little bit, and this is kind of all on offer. But really lean into the ancestors. I can't stop repeating it because it's just such like a clear message, and just the bit that you need to do for this week. Lean into that energy and be with it, and allow it to give you that wisdom to really help shift off what no longer serves you, and also like make sure you're grounding and rooting. We have Pneumite, Black Dahlia, the Void, Ego Shattering, Soul Fragments, and Emptying. So this really is that last little bit with Andalite and Lemon Balm, integrating energies, awakening and transitioning. It's this last little bit of the shadows, this last little bit of the dark night of the soul, this last little bit of that push, the last little bit of this negativity, this whatever this has been to you. Because we're shifting from dark to light. We're integrating the energies. We are awakening. We are transitioning. Lemon balm here is beautiful. It's calming. There's just this clarity, like the clouds are parting. You can finally like see out of the darkness. You see this beautiful vista. So like just really trust in the process of this week. Utilize the full moon to really shift and let go of what does not serve you, and really tune into your ancestors and the messages that they may have for you. I will leave this here for you, pile 2. Please comment. I always love to know how it is landing with you. And please like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I really appreciate it. It really does help. It's a wonderful form of energetic exchange. And if you would like a one-to-one reading to go way more into depth into your own personal journey, or if you would like some mentorship or something, if you need some assistance in regards to working with your ancestors or anything like that, then my details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 3. If you picked this deck, this will be a reading for the week ahead. We're just going to get a couple of oracle cards first, and then we will start with the tarot. So my pile 3s, please, Spirit. And then these. Okay. So we have Dancing with Stones, movement, teamwork, and partnership. But it's in the reverse, and there feels like an element here of that you've been going it alone, and that you have not necessarily been in partnership or working within a team. You have very much been on a solitary like journey, withdrawn, just yet not just alone in some way. And alone does not mean lonely, but just you have not been in those co-collaborative spaces, whether that is a relationship or, you know, like a work partner or a team at work or whatever it may be. But this Dancing with the Stones and this movement very much is that encouragement to say dance with the stones, very much an encouragement to lean in now out of that solitude aspect and into community or into partnership, however that looks for you in your reality, depending what we're talking about. Because we've got this new moon in Sagittarius, which indicates a new start, and luck is on your side. Sagittarius is like the explorer, the adventurer. It's got that fire passion behind it, and it very much feels like this, like just really trust. That's the word coming through, trust in this. A new way of being, a new start. There's been a theme across the 3 readings of very much new beginnings, and it's so interesting because we have a full moon this week, which is about endings. But offer in that ending there will, you know, death, rebirth, there will always be a beginning. And then the color here of these two matching either side of this with the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Now the full moon isn't in Cancer this week, but the energetics through this card are, and it just feels as if that like this release aspect here is that personal issue reaches a resolution, is that whatever this solitude has been, whatever this withdrawn has been, whatever the dark night of the soul has been, whatever it has been that has kept you in a very solo journey on your, you know, doing whatever it is by yourself, because that's what's been required. It's like this is now reaching resolution that can now be shifted and eased off with the full moon, so that you can lean into this new beginning where luck is on your side, and that you can actually, with that element of getting this, I do fully recommend, because especially this is fire, movement, like physically move your body, whether that is going for a walk or going to the gym or dancing, whatever it may be. Dancing, especially as it says dancing with the stones, dance outside in nature, but just definitely get some movement in, so that things can flow better. Let's see what the tarot has to say for you this week. So my microphone cut out, so we're going to backtrack a little bit. You don't know that, I know that. So the tarot that got pulled are these cards. So let's get them back out for you. So we have the Hermit, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Three of Pentacles. And this came out a bit separate from the Nine of Cups, the Empress, and the Knight of Cups here. So we have the Hermit. This is the card about introspection and soul searching, and this like going on that journey to find that inner light, to find that inner guidance, and to be able to utilize it and be guided with it. And we have that as like he's turning his back here, he's going off this way, because it feels like this is the chapter that's ending. This is the bit that needs to be released off, because we have the Hanged Man here, so both major arcana as well, so that indicates that this is like a bigger life thing. And this is a card all about surrendering and letting go and seeing things from new perspectives. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is a card about collaborations and teamworks and coming together. So there's definitely this shift out of the solitude, this journey you have been on, this final release of that. I recommend using the full moon on Wednesday the 5th for that, so that you can see a fresh new perspective. And this will really lean in, like I said, to this Three of Pentacles, this teamwork, this collaboration, and however that looks, but it can definitely be beneficial in any sort of worldly way, because it's Pentacles. Separate, a bit separate coming out of this is that it's linked to this new moon in Sag. This luck is on your side, because this is all this abundance that is coming through to you with this final shift and releasing, and then like, so that whatever this personal issue is that reaches resolution, that you see a new perspective and offers you this new start, this is linked into the luck of your new venture, that new beginning. And they're all beautiful cards to have. We have the Nine of Cups, which is a card about your wishes being fulfilled and happiness and satisfaction. We have the Empress, the divine feminine. She is nurturing, she is compassionate, she is abundant. She has the ability to be able to create whatever it is that she wants, whether that is life or a project. She's the creatrix, fully sat in her power. So you've got this cups, this heartfelt, emotional led, like intuitive, like abundance here. And then like this, these little potions that he has below him that look like the same color that is surrounding. So it's like this is enveloping. No, I don't think I mean any of them. Surrounding the Empress and like holding her contained in this magical yumminess, so that she can really stand in her power to be able to create. And then we have this Knight of Cups as well, and this is the Knight in shining armor. He is the romantic of the deck. He comes with the cup and it's just like, would you like a sip? And in regards to that, could mean, because there is this like looking down, not looking down as in I look down on you, but as in he's looking upon the Empress. So, and this could change for multiples of you. It could indicate a Knight of Cups is entering your reality, or is at least he is looking at you. He is in search of you and potentially even lands his eyes upon you this week. It could also mean, in a much more metaphorical sense, of he's bringing through this heart on sleeve, intuitive, creative yumminess that like spirit's kind of landing, and it's that co-creation aspect here, because there is a lot of collaboration energies for you, pile 3. Right, what else do we have for you? We have Crazy Lace Agate and Sunflower Plate. More fun, jokes and laughter, please. And then the Empress Tree, Catalyst for Change, Clarity, Freedom and Unbinding. Beautiful that the Empress Tree came on top of the Empress. This really is about your rising up and expanding and releasing yourself from what no longer serves you. This solitude, or whatever that journey has been, is really, really coming to an end. And a part of activating this new way of being, and this joy that's going to come through anyway, really lean into child's play, your inner child aspect. Take your inner child on a date this week. So it's up to you when you think that should land, whether you do it before or on or after the full moon. Do whatever feels right for you, but take your inner child on a date this week. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile 3. Sorry about the disjointed video. I am really bad at charging my microphones. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I truly appreciate it. And if you would like a way more in-depth one-to-one reading with me, my details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Pile 4, if you picked this deck, then this is your reading for the week ahead, and we're just going to pull a couple of oracle cards and then we will get into the tarot. So what wants to come through for you? Got pave your own way, leadership, courage, forge, don't follow. I am going to leave it upside down. I've had a draw. I never normally do with these cards, and I've had a draw too in these readings that they are treating them as if they are reversals. So pave your own way, that leadership, courage and forge your way, don't follow, very much feels as if there is this part of here, this time to take action, new moon. We've got an ending this week. We have a full moon. It's not in Pisces, as the card says here, but we have a full moon that's about release. And it very much has felt across all of the readings that there very much is an ending in this full moon that is very much kick-starting a new beginning for everybody. And with you, yours is very much this like really stepping into your power and being courageous, being the leader, really stepping in to your like King of Wands sort of energy coming in, like stop following the crowd, follow the path you are supposed to be on, be brave and courageous enough to stand up and walk your truth, action your truth. and this is what will come through to you. And then, but the full moon is very much asking you to balance your spirituality and practicality, like come into equilibrium, come into flow. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so it very much is that like proper death. It's that proper ending before we actually go. Interestingly, didn't realize that. Well, I hadn't fully noted that. This is the last and this is the first of the zodiac. So this is a very big thing for you that's really going to propel you really onto like your soul's path. So really, really utilize this full moon on Wednesday the 5th to release anything that doesn't serve you, any worries, fears, doubts that you have about yourself, and also just use it to bring balance to yourself. Balance everything, internal and external. Oh, okay. So I want to start with these two over here. And we have the Judgment and then the Fool in reverse. Judgment comes in as it says, Judgment Day type of thing. It's that absolution. It is that rebirth. Like, how will you be judged on that day? And then we have the Fool in the reverse. And this is this holding back. So like there's something here. This is that bit, that stuntedness. You're keeping yourself back from going on this new cycle, this new heroine's journey, this new like up-leveling soul quest of yours. Allow whatever it is that needs to be released, like bring it up to the judging table, and then it's like just utilizing your own inner wisdom and your own inner strength to judge and dismiss what does not serve you, and then you can take through the stuff that does serve you. And then this little collection here, we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse talks about breaking free. It talks about this releasing of those mental challenges and that way of being. So I very much feel, especially this talking so much about courage, is that it will be your mental landscape holding you back the most. It's not even necessarily people saying you can't do that. It's literally your own brain and your circumstances and the programming that you have within there. And you need to break free and escape from that. So pull everything up to the table. This is where this balancing aspect of the Pisces will come in. We need to let go of what does not serve us so that we can unblock and move forwards. Really, really root and ground and get yourself into a very structured and secure place within your divine feminine, with the Queen of Pentacles coming through here. So really, really utilize and lean into that feminine way of being. So that self-care practices, and really like our grounding practices, definitely spending time in nature, because it will assist with your rebirth. This little rabbit hair thing's making me think of rebirth. And then Nine of Wands is a card saying like you have to keep going with grit and perseverance, because this is how you will end up like doing this. This is this last little bit, this last little push. So just keep on going. It's not to say you haven't been doing anything the whole time, you have been, but it's that like, come on, keep pushing. Utilize this full moon, as I said, to really, really allow and to really break the mental patterns that have kept you trapped. Because then we have here the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and this talks about temptation and illusion. And it's 3 sevens, in fact, that you have with the Seven of Wands here on top of here. And this is a card that talks about this challenge, but that perseverance and that push to overcome it. And it's topping here this Seven of Cups in the reverse, which is that temptation and that illusion. So it's very much like, this is a very much a very like worldly push, effort, like that grit, determination, that actual like willpower that has to come through, and like stop getting caught up in fantasies and fairy tales, and like stop getting tempted by your own inner landscape is what Spirit's saying. Like the temptations and illusions that feel like they're coming through here are very much like this fantasy creation, and this is what we need to release here. although this is heart-based, because this is about our heart's longings, this is our mindscape, and it's how they're interacting and talking with each other that are keeping you blocked, and you have to have the willpower and determination to overcome, leave them with the full moon, so that this can unblock. So that is this big old judgment call. Are you going to really utilize this power, your power, so that you can step up and lead and really like go into your path? 3 sevens being there, the sevens in general are the number of like reflection and assessment and that decisiveness to push forwards and push forwards with faith. Let's get a final card for you, pile 4. Sorry, that landed on the floor and it's staying there, as did that. We will get you one. There we go. Okay. Oh, they can just stay wonky. Oh, I can't help it, it bothers me. Right, candle, quartz and bleeding heart. Show yourself vulnerability, self-worth and feminine healing. And then citrine and dandelion, make a wish, clearing comparison and surrender to the magic. So this last little bit, this last little push is very much this, because we are asking you to stand up and lead and show yourself, clear comparisons, like literally like rise up, rise up, rise up. That's the sort of energy here. But this last little bit, and this will be where that worth comes in, that's the heart space, and how the mind, like the ego, really, really like plays with it. These two are so connected, these sevens in reverse. So you really have to spend time with this, really sit in this and really sit in the discomfort so it can be released. So Wednesday the 5th is the full moon, so you have all the time up until then to really sit with these things, like be with them, meditate on them, write them down so that you can then burn them, release them, and I would give them to the earth on the full moon. Will be really beneficial ritual, because you have this like action packed new beginning of this Aries. You have this whole new start where you really can surrender to the magic. So as you're releasing, make a wish. Dandelion's all about like detoxing and releasing. Citrine's that manifesting crystal. So like make that wish for this new start, for this fall, but you really have to break free of what is and has been holding you back this week. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile 4. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I truly appreciate it and I love hearing from you. And if you would like a one-to-one reading that can go way more in depth for you, then my details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading.